This video is going to talk about how to use the new dashboard in CARS, My Discussions. This dashboard has been made based on user feedback and helps users easily review their comments and discussions, and so improve the reviewing process in CARS. To open the My Discussions dashboard, click the My Discussions tab on the home page. This dashboard provides an overview of the discussions and comments that you have raised. It includes if an item has been resolved, what the latest comment was, and the count of all the comments. It can be used to help answer questions like, have all my discussions and comments been resolved? And what were the discussions I raised on the previous version? This dashboard shows the discussions and comments that you have raised. All users have access to this dashboard, and on the left we'll see a sidebar including the documents where they are assigned. Each document shows the document name and reference, and the role that you have within that document. You're able to search this pane. And the documents are paginated, so if you're assigned to a lot of documents, use these arrows to navigate through the pages. When you click a document, it expands to show you all the versions available for that document. In this example, I'm a reviewer, and therefore I do not have access to the live document. I can see the versions of this document that I have permission to access. If we close that and instead click the document CD340, where I'm an author, the live document is shown because I have permission to access the live document, and then all versions are shown. To populate the dashboard, select the version you would like to look at. To begin with, we're going to choose the live version. I click it, and a table is populated. In the sidebar, there is an overview shown for each version. It shows the number of discussions that you have raised and how many have been resolved. And it shows the number of comments that you have raised and how many have been resolved. A discussion is when you start a new discussion in a CARS document. A comment is when you leave a comment on a discussion. Here you can see that 3 of 7 of my discussions have been resolved and 1 of 4 of my comments have been resolved. As a result, both are showing this cross icon. When these are all resolved, this will become a green tick. In the main area of the screen, the content table is shown. At the top, the title of the document we're reviewing is shown. The table has 3 columns: section, which lists all the sections within the document, the number of discussions that I have raised on that section, and an icon to indicate if they are all resolved. If we look at section 4, you can see that all discussions are not resolved, whereas for section 5, a green tick is shown because all discussions have been resolved. This table can be used to compare the progress between sections. For example, perhaps you have a high priority section and you want to ensure that all discussions have been resolved for this section. At this level, you can compare how many discussions there are and whether they are all resolved. The table expands to show a subtable. Let's click on section 5. A subtable is showing, which shows me the clause, the discussion text that has been raised, which user raised it and when, and how many comments have been left on this discussion. In this example, there have been 2 comments left on the discussion. And it also displays the latest comment, who raised it and when. This will help you understand if any users have left additional comments on your discussion since you last reviewed this page. You are also able to press Go to Section, and this will open this section in a new tab for you to review. Let's now look at section 4. This section has 2 discussions, so there are 2 row entries in the table. First, on clause 4.2, you can see a discussion that I raised 18 days ago. This discussion is resolved and so shows a green tick. On clause 4.1, the information is shown in italic. This is because this is a comment I have left on a discussion that was raised by another user. In this example, you can see that the tag user raised the discussion, this is a tag raised discussion, 18 days ago. and there has been one comment left. This comment was left by me, and that's why it's appearing in my table. The text is shown in italic to indicate to you that this is a comment that you've left, not a discussion. And there is also this information icon, which explains this on hover. This discussion was not raised by you, but you have commented on it. Let's select a different version for this document. To do this, I move to the sidebar, and I'm going to select this version. There is an information icon. When you hover on this, it will show you who created this version and at what date. I click the version, and the table is loaded for this version only. If I open section 4, you can see it contains one resolved discussion. If I press go to section, the correct version is opened and the section where that discussion has been left. You may want to understand the progress of discussions and comments on a specific version. For example, if a version has been used for TPB review, you may want to see the response to the discussions that you left. Using the version in the sidebar means you only see discussions and comments left on that version. This dashboard lets you review your discussions and comments for the documents that you are assigned to. You can quickly understand the status of your discussions and comments. You can understand if other users have responded to you, and you can understand what resolutions have been performed for your items.